जय श्री राम दोस्तों, वेलकम टू भारत मार्ग। वेलकम विनय जी, थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग विद अस अगेन। एंड दोस्तों, ये बहुत गहरी वीडियो है। इसमें हम चर्चा करेंगे लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इन ट्रूडोस कनाडा इज अ लाफिंग स्टॉक। ओके, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इट। इट्स अ मस्ट वॉच वीडियो फॉर यू टू नो कनाडा में क्या हो रहा है। ये देख आपको समझने के लिए जरूर देखना पड़ेगा। ओके, let's go with let's get started. But before going further, friends, जरूर इस चैनल अपना जो भारत मार्ग है उसको लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल बटन दबा के हमसे जुड़े रहें, ताकि जब भी हम लाइव चलें आपको पता लगेगा। इसके अलावा ये वीडियो को लाइक करें, कमेंट करें, शेयर करें। और ये भी जानिए, हमारा संस्कृत का क्लास चलती है फ्री में। अगर चाहिए तो आप भाग ले सकेंगे रजिस्टर करके। और हमारा जो तीर्थ यात्रा का पिलग्रिमेज ट्रिप होती है उसके बारे में जानने के लिए भी आप व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं। हमारा हर दिन का एक धार्मिक मैसेज बहुत सारा लैंग्वेजेस में आते हैं। You to get our one dharmic message every day, you can just send us a WhatsApp to +1 647 964 4790 and stay connected to the roots of Sanatan Dharma. Okay, and also we do a lot of good works. And अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि you like what we are doing, please support us by sharing the video and also by contributing, friends, because we need your help and support. Okay, to continue our work. Okay, thank you very much. Vinay ji, Jai Sri Ram, welcome. Okay, must watch. Law and Order in Trudeau's Canada is a laughing stock. Okay, yeah, why do you say this?
You must have heard of a bunch of things that is going on in.
Means see, let us put it in the perspective. आप इसके लिए थोड़ी ट्रूडो को बोल सकते हैं, क्योंकि हर 5 मिनट में एक कार लूटा जाता है। नहीं तो कार को लेके जाते हैं। कार को लूटना तो अभी तो पुराना काम हो गया, अभी कार को ही लूट के चले जाते हैं। ओके, हर 5 मिनट में एक कार। एज पर we have done the video last week on it, as per
Yes.
insurance company thing, statistics. So we are not responsible for it if you find it being wrong. Okay, क्योंकि ये साइट में है इंश्योरेंस कंपनी का। दूसरा है, हर 15-20 मिनट का एक घर तोड़ा जाता है, उसमें रॉबरी होती है। मतलब दे कॉल इट एस ब्रेक इन। ओके, जो भी है घर के अंदर सब उठा के चले जाते हैं। हर 15-20 मिनट का एक होता है ब्रैम्पटन एरिया में। यू नो ये दिस थिंग। इसके लिए थोड़ी आप बताएंगे कि ट्रूडो का लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पे आप सवाल उठा सकते हैं, ये क्यों बोलते हैं?
So the thing is, you kind of covered it. Give a quick, brief introduction about what is happening in Canada. The car thefts, the burglaries, the people kind of even not just burglaries. When people are even at home, see, burglaries are committed normally when people are not home. Okay, and in Canada, it's different. You know what? It doesn't matter if people are home or not. I just bang on the door, and if people don't open up, even if there are people inside, I just crash inside the house, break open the door, and then go in and look for stuff. Most valuable things are they're looking for the car that's sitting on the driveway, the more expensive car. So they're looking for the keys for the car. I mean, like, gone are the days when people used to do all this in a very clandestine way, right? Very hush hush way, where they used to come when everybody is asleep, and they come in and they use some kind of a jump cable or something to start the car, and they drive it away. But today they're so emboldened and they're so brave that they don't care, because they know that the law here is pretty loosey goosey. And and first time offenders are easily, they get away with nothing, no, not even a slap on the wrist. Okay, so basically they go into the house, they break into the house, they demand the keys for the car sitting on the driveway, and they take it away. Now they are so emboldened that they are now during the daytime. Okay, when the malls are open, a few of these culprits, like 5, 6, 10, whatever, right? They come in, with just bare minimum equipment like hammers and and maybe some hockey sticks or whatever. I'm not sure exactly, but nothing, no guns, nothing, right? So they come in, they go into jewelry stores. They're targeting mainly jewelry stores inside malls, and they go in. There are, they shut the door of the jewelry store, and they go in, and those doors mostly in malls are transparent, like people outside can see what's going on inside. Okay. It's not completely concealed or whatever, right? And they break open or rather, sorry, they go in and they start breaking the glass cases and all that, and they steal the jewelry, and they basically walk away with nobody doing anything. And
कम ऑन, ये वीडियो दे उसको दिखा रहा है, मगर विनय जी ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है? माल का भी सिक्योरिटी है, क्योंकि माल में अलार्म
the
है.
mall security, okay, the mall security, these people are, again, the bare minimum people. They have they've just come to Canada. They don't have a job, and they're looking for some kind of a job. And rather than the minimum pay that you get, working in Burger King, Tim Hortons, or whatever, those places, right? They get paid the minimum wages. Here they get about $2 to $3 more. So what do they do? Do they really get trained or anything? Nothing. All they do is they go for a half a day training or 2 hours of training just to show what are your responsibilities, what do you have to do, and all that stuff. And do they have any combat training? Do they have any gun handling training? Do they have any of that kind of training? Definitely not. I mean, these guys are just
मगर
like you and
ये तो सिक्योरिटी फोर्स से आते हैं ना, सिक्योरिटी थर्ड पार्टी
Yeah,
सिक्योरिटी.
they're in security companies, but these security companies are hiring people because, again, you know what? A lot of these businesses, they are hiring security people, and security companies don't have enough personnel, so they are hiring people off the street pretty much. And they just give them like a couple of hours or half a day training, maybe a day training or whatever. In that, I don't know the details, but very minimal training. They don't do any combat training. They don't do any of that high tech training or any of that, right? And they go in there, and these are mall cops. They're called like mall security guards, right? They don't have enough of that training, and you can see those mall security guards are just standing there, and they can't do much. One or two of them are brave enough to confront, but they don't have that kind
मगर
of
मगर ये
insurance or
वीडियो
anything.
देखिए विनय जी, ये येरिन मिल मॉल में हुआ है,
Right.
राइट? या टाउन सेंटर, हाउएवर यू कॉल,
Yeah,
ओके,
Erin Mills Mall.
मॉल में हुआ है. ये देखिए, लोग तो आते जाते हैं, कोई देखते भी नहीं है, लोग लूटा जाता है, कोई nobody is care.
Yeah. Nobody can interfere because they're afraid for their own lives, because they're afraid that what if they confront these guys, and what if they have a gun, what if they have a knife, what if they have some other weapon, and why take the risk, right? So just stand away from them and let them do what they want. And some brave guy here is taking the video of what's going on. Other than that, you can see the chaos that's going on. See, you have got a security guy coming in. Well, what can the security guy do? The security guy really cannot do anything. I mean, he's just standing there and he's letting them walk away. And by the time the cops arrive, the real cops, these guys are
There are
gone.
so many people here standing.
And the funny
Everybody is
thing is,
watching.
it's there are so many cameras inside the mall, and I'm pretty sure, other than this video that you have, that's probably by one of those shoppers in the mall who is capturing this on the video, there are a lot of CCTV cameras inside the mall that has already captured. But the guys are so brave, the thieves. They are totally emboldened because of what's happening in Canada, because they know that the Canada system, legal system, is pretty loosey goosey, because first time offenders don't get any punishment. They probably, the worst that can happen is a slap on the wrist. And they have the support of the political leaders in the federal government, and I won't name names, but there are a lot of political leaders who support these kind of things, and they will they give them legal support, they give them financial support and all of that. And guess what? The true victims, the victim is who? The jewelry shop owner and the mall owners. Okay, but they're the true victims. But those victims actually are not victims anymore. The perpetrators of the crime are now the victims. They say, oh, you cannot discriminate against these people, and this is not right, and stuff like that. So I'll give you, just giving going back to a little bit of history on this. The first incident that happened in this in Peel region was on November 8th last year, 2023, and then there was another one on December 8th in the same mall, which is the Bramley City Center. Okay, and surprisingly, they made some arrests, and I'm going to go into that. And then the Erin Mill Town Center, that happened on May the 9th. Okay,
Mhm.
so basically, what has happened is the people who committed the crime on November 8th in Bramley City Center, they were so emboldened, they thought, okay, you know what, let's do it a second time. So they went to the same mall. I'm not sure if they went back to the same jewelry store called White Castle, and they went there, and they stole. They made that second attempt, or second robbery on December the 8th, a month later, within 1 month, exactly. November 8th, December 8th, 1 month, 30 days. Okay. So the police claim that they have arrested some people, but I don't know the details. And I don't
और
want to.
ये कनाडा में तो ये है कि आप नाम भी बता नहीं सकते हैं, पिक्चर भी नहीं दिखा सकते हैं, क्योंकि
No,
रेसिज्म हो जाएगा बोल के ये लोग ऐसा वो पॉलिसीज रखते हैं.
exactly. So they don't want to publish those names and stuff like that. And all it says is an 18-year-old Brampton man was charged with robbery and wearing a disguise. He attended a bail hearing at the Ontario Court of Justice in Brampton. So he's already attending a bail hearing. So you can see that, and he's going to walk away with bail. There's no doubt
See
about it.
here how he is walking out, right? Bag full of jewelries.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and these guys are extremely brave, and they have no fear of the law, and they have no fear of anybody. And imagine if they're doing daytime robberies like this inside malls, coming into your own driveway and stealing your cars, burglarizing your home, entering your home while you're at home. Where is the safety for the
मगर
people?
ये इसके बारे में बोलिए. अभी अभी पुलिस ने एक सजेशन दिया है, अगर आपका घर को अटैक किया किसी ने, मतलब बर्गलरी के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, पुलिस ने क्या बोला, उस सुझाव के बारे में जरा बात.
The police, actually, one of the police spokespersons said that, you know what, don't confront them. Just leave the keys for this whatever car you're driving right near the front door. Let them come in, let them take the keys and walk away with it. That way you're not hurt, you're not harmed, and minimum damage, no problem. Let them do it. And the other thing is, I think we did a video last week of an incident where the owner, the cars, I mean, they stole their cars, and they were
I will
trying to follow the
attach the
police.
video on
It
this.
took
Yeah.
them 8 hours to respond, and the owners themselves had to jump and take action, and they were able to recover the car without the police help. So this is what's happening. And my only concern is, like, last like 3 days ago, in our area, there was a man. This is during the daytime, like I'm talking around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. in the morning, right? A lady was walking, and a man came and assaulted her, sexually assaulted her. Okay, and he just ran away from the scene, because then she
मगर
started shouting.
ट्रूडो तो बोलता है कि कैनेडियन पीएम बोलता है कनाडा इज अ लैंड ऑफ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर बोल के. वो
No,
तो
no.
जाके निज्जर को जो मारा उसको तो पकड़ के आ गए, चारों
So my
भारतीय
my
थे.
one of my friends is actually visiting BC, in Surrey, BC. He's there, and he was actually at the Saravana Bhavan. That is the restaurant. It's a chain of restaurant, and he was there, and he was just having a meal, and he was talking to the owner of Saravana Bhavan and asked him, "Hey, you know what? This is Nijjar, the guy who was the terrorist who was killed in this area, right? So this is the Niger country. So what happened? Like, it's like what really happens here? Like, and the Saravana Bhavan owner apparently told him that, or I don't know if it was the owner or somebody there. Okay, told him, I don't want to point a finger to the owner. I don't want to get him into trouble or
Means,
anything.
yeah, some business. We
Some
don't know.
person. Okay,
Wherever in
and
Saravana Bhavan, he was eating and talking to some
it was
business.
somebody. Okay, so maybe one of the residents there or something like that. So that person apparently told him, "Hey, look, this area is normally very calm. We don't see any violence or anything like that. Things go normal. It's only occasionally the there's a lot of Punjabis there, and it's mostly the Punjabis fighting against Punjabis. There are because a lot of gangs here, and
मतलब
gang
पंजाबी
wars.
बोला तो पंजाबी में सब आते हैं, हिंदू भी आते हैं.
Yeah, I
सिर्फ
mean it's
मतलब you
mostly
are talking about these
Punjabis,
Khalistani
whatever.
guys,
I
Sikh
don't know.
guys.
So it's so those kind of people they're waging fights against each other, and really it doesn't affect us in any way. Apparently, that's what the resident was saying, and it's so why bother, right? Like it's like these gang wars are pretty rampant here, and they happen. They kill each other, and police come
Because
investigate and
yeah, ऐसा
whatever.
रेस्टोरेंट ये तो साउथ इंडियन वाले हैं, इनको कुछ नहीं करते हैं शायद.
Yeah, so the gang wars are happening there. The gang wars are happening in Brampton. The gang wars are now going to be happening in PEI and wherever this population is going to grow. Okay, so the government has turned a blind eye to it, assuming that everything is hunky dory, and they keep saying that, oh yeah, Canada is one of the safest countries in the world, but it's become the crime capital of the world.
ये सुबह ऐसा ज्वेलरी शॉप में करके बाहर ऐसा सिंपली आना, कोई भी इनको कॉन्फ्रंट नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये तो बहुत गहरी बात हो गई. और दूसरी बात ये समझना चाहिए लोगों को, विनय जी इसके ऊपर आप जरा लाइट दें कि जब ब्रैम्पटन से या सरे से जहां से भी आप हैं, उधर जब आप कार को इंश्योर करते हैं तो आपका इंश्योरेंस बढ़ जाता है, क्योंकि ये इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज अ क्रिमिनल क्राइम एरिया.
Right.
मतलब कॉमन जैसा हमारे जैसा जो कॉमन आदमी है, कॉमन औरतें हैं, वो दे पे थ्रू देयर नोज बिकॉज ऑफ द इनएबिलिटी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट नॉट एबल टू कंट्रोल द क्राइम. इसके बारे में जरा लाइट देंगे आप?
Yeah, because you know what, the Insurance Bureau of Canada, because they kind of all the insurance companies are part of this, and they kind of dictate what the insurance rates should be in which area and things like that, right? They have statistics on how many cars get stolen in a certain area, and Brampton is one of the highest. So that is the reason, based on that statistics, they basically increase the insurance rate. Okay, because what they feel is in other areas, why should we penalize other residents? For example, in a town, maybe Whitby or in Gatineau or Ottawa or somewhere there, like that, right? We can't penalize those residents. So we will basically monitor every area, and every area will have its own stipulated insurance rates.
क्राइम
And
इंडेक्स
as a
जैसा
result, Brampton has become one of the highest
इंश्योरेंस.
rates.
और ये जो बिजनेसेस हैं, इधर बिजनेसेस जो चलाते हैं, उनका भी इंश्योरेंस होता है, वो भी बढ़ जाता है. मतलब ऐसा खुला खुला हुआ तो.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know what, end of the day, right? Like you also have to look at the crime that's happening. Like home insurance, I'm pretty sure is starting to go up in Brampton, because the amount of burglaries and things like that. Because when somebody reports a burglary, they're also claiming insurance. They'll say, oh, the guy came in, he damaged my wall, my front door, my window, or he stole this, he stole that, and things like that, right? So that all adds up, and that affects the home insurance that you're paying. And the same thing with business insurance. Like, for example, we just saw the video in Erin Mills Town Center. These thieves came in and they just went into this jewelry store and they walked away with a whole bunch of jewelry. Like, how much of that is going to get recovered? We don't know. Okay, and but what is going to happen is the insurance for these businesses is going to go up, because now the insurance company is going to say, oh, these are going to be like, three of these robberies have happened in Brampton and Mississauga, so which means that we've got to increase the insurance rates for these businesses. So and this is unfortunate thing. I mean, like, we saw what happened just about a few months ago when Air Canada flight landed at the Pearson Airport, carrying about $20 million worth of gold and cash, right? So the police swung into action, and they thought this is an insider job and all that. They did a pretty good job in investigating and all that, but it took them months to investigate. Unfortunately, by then the thieves who had actually stolen those jewelry or gold, actually, sorry, had already melted the gold, and it was already distributed to various parts of the world. And they apparently recovered about some pieces of jewelry, crudely made into some chain and stuff like that, and that was valued only at about $80,000.
For $20 million.
$20 million, exactly. $80,000 was recovered, and they also recovered some cash, about maybe $200,000-$300,000 out of the $3 million cash, right?
Wow.
But everything else is gone. They will
विनय जी,
never be able to
लास्ट
recover.
क्वेश्चन टू यू, जैसा किसी का घर में ये जैसा पुलिस ऑफिसर बोल रहा है कि कॉन्फ्रंट मत करो, अगर आते हैं तो उनको चाबी दे दो, ओके, कार का चाबी दे दो. अगर कोई दे दिया, ऐसा हाथ में दे दिया, भाई आप ले लो, नहीं वो बोलता है मुझे अंदर भी लेना है, वो बोलता है ले लो, तो ये सब इंश्योरेंस में कवर होता है या
Yes.
क्या होता है इसका?
Whatever the people, whatever items the thieves steal, right? You have to make a list of what items got stolen, report it to the police, tell them to file it as a complaint. They'll give you a report saying that these are the items that got stolen from so and so's house. Okay. And now you take that report, the official report from the police, and hand it to the insurance company, and they will value it on at today's price. Okay, not at what you think it is. They'll value it at today's price, and then they will give you some amount of compensation.
Wow.
Okay.
It's unbelievable, folks. आपको क्या लग रहा है, ये बताइए, क्या कनाडा को पलट सकता है या गया? आपको क्या लग रहा है? What do you think? Law and order in Trudeau's Canada is a laughing stock. आपका राय क्या है, ये जरूर कमेंट करके बताएं. आप क्या अग्री करते हैं, डिसएग्री करते हैं? ये कनाडा बचने का भी कोई मौका है या खत्म हो गया? इसके बारे में हम जानना चाहेंगे. विनय जी, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it, and you coming and pouring your heart as always. Friends, looking forward to see you in the next show. Till then, Jai Sri Ram. Vinay ji, Jai Jai Sri Ram.
Thank you, Ji.